We got it. We finally got it. This is Toy Spell, and I have had this on pre-order since 2003. That's a long time. But today we got it. So this is Toy Spell, and today we're looking at Fury Toys, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. Here's the front of the box. I'm so excited. I can't believe I still have it shrink wrapped. But here it is. Gold border on the Monkey King here. It's a nice shiny gold. Side of the box has nothing. Back of the box is just a mountain. Other side is a whole lot of nothing. The top shows you that there's going to be a window package, and the bottom has some legalese and don't put it in your mouth and whatnot. Out of the shrink wrap, it has a magnetic clasp. Oh, look at that. This is the box that was surrounding the Monkey King figure. You can see it's kind of like a little diorama of his little waterfall cave there. And here's the inner box. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. Some words there, Fury Toys. Some words there, Fury Toys, top and bottom. And out of the box he comes. And he's in, it looks like a couple trays here. Right behind him is, oh, this is cool. Let's get this out. It looks like a cute little art print, but you open it up and it's actually the instructions for getting the lights on his eyes, getting his cape attached, getting his headpiece swapped, and the lights in his staff. And here he is. Tray 1 is the Monkey King and his hands. Tray 2 is his staff, more hands and accessories. And in between, looks like some more accessories, cape and maybe a head. Oh my gosh, this guy comes with so much. We're gonna have to break this down. We have 2 hands. We have 2 hands. We have 2 hands. We have 2 hands. We've got 2 more hands. These are not hands, these are feet for gripping onto the staff, I guess. And these boots were made for walking, or his cloud treading shoes, I guess. We've got this faceplate. Look at the pupils, they just follow you because they're recessed. And this faceplate, this is what they look like from behind. We have a gourd. Some pills you can have spill out of your gourd. A beautiful vase. Or vase. A peach with a bite taken out, and another full peach, but this one's flocked, so it has that little peach fuzz. A separate head to put the faceplates on because this one has a hole for the crown. And here's the crown. On the top, you'll see the holes so that you can put the phoenix feathers. And these are the phoenix feathers. These are a plastic or like a rubber, but they're not bendable. Not 1, but 2 scarves, a red one and a blue one. And as we know from our last review, the blue one's supposed to represent clouds or sky to show that he can be flying. We then have a cape that unfolded gets really long and it attaches right here. And we have Jingu Bane, which comes in 3 parts so that you can put the light inside before you attach the ends. And these, I believe, are the lights. This is a battery. It could be for his head, I believe. And finally, a monkey tail that is a bendable material so that you can get it in different shapes. And the whole reason we're here, the monkey. Let's do a quick look at everything on him. Around his neck, he has a scarf that I'm sure you can remove. All right, he's gorgeous. I'm loving the way he's looking. I'm gonna start messing around with him and I'll show you his articulation. Okay. His articulation is amazing. It's like the best Monkey King articulation I've ever seen. It's better than Spider-Man. It's really good. But before we get into that, I guess I should mention that one of the things that a lot of people were looking at about this figure is that 5K Toys announced that it was going to come with another smaller kid or warrior Monkey King, like him as an adolescent. Mine came from Gundamit.com and it didn't come with that extra figure. Now, from what I've understood or what I've heard is that Gundamit will get it in a little bit, like in a month or so, and then send that out separately. I personally have reached out to Gundamit to find out, and I will let you know what the answer is. Breaking news! Gundamit has responded to my question already, and they know this figure is supposed to come with the bonus gift, the little Kid Wukong. And according to their supplier, the Kid Wukong is still in production. However, it's supposed to be out of production and start shipping in August. And Gundamit has reassured me that when they get it, they'll be shipping it out to us free of charge. We see you, Gundamit. Class act. Class act. No, this video is not in any way sponsored by Gundamit, but hey guys, if you're looking for someone to sponsor, I'm right here. But all right, let's move into articulation. His head is on a dumbbell. You can kind of see it in there. So there's a ball here and a ball here, and there's a bar in between, and you can get so much range out of this. So his up is that. His down is chin to his chest almost. And then he can cock it to the side like that or like that. And like you can get this in any kind of ridiculous pose you want. He doesn't look up too high, so you don't get the Superman flying pose, but you do get the chin to the chest. There is a kind of butterfly in here, which I think is just like a tunnel that moves out of the way and covers gaps when you move his shoulder. His shoulder has the typical hinge, so when you move it up, it goes that high. When you move it down, it goes that far. You can of course rotate it. This arm piece here is floating. It's on this arm band that floats on his bicep, so you can slide it down a little bit. And then he does have a bicep cut that lets him rotate his bicep around. His shoulder piece is probably going to be, or this armor piece is going to prevent it from moving too much, but you can see that. Also, what you can see is his shoulder is sculpted over his bicep for the fur. I absolutely love that. That's so cool. This armor piece is currently in a position where it's out of the way, but it also has a dumbbell. You can see that here. So you can flip it up, rotate it, and then put it completely over his shoulder. Or you could pop it out, move it out of the way in any position, any pose you put him in, this is gonna rotate for you and get out of the way. On the elbow, you have the double joint, which goes really far, about that far. And then for the wrist, you've got that rotating ball hinge, so you can push his hand up or down. Obviously, this cuff is gonna block it. It just depends on which way you rotate that inner ball. So if you rotate the inner ball down, you can do that. He does have 2 points of articulation in his torso, his upper torso. So you have the upper torso here, which has its own rotation. You can rotate it all the way around. It doesn't go back really, but it does go forward quite a bit. And then he has another connection in his trunk here. So that also goes forward, goes back a little bit. It's mostly being prevented by this, which is also probably what the upper torso is being prevented by. But it can rotate as well, and it can tilt side to side, and so can that top part. So combined, you can get him looking pretty far down, not so far back. So that's back, and that is down. Underneath his skirt, you'll find his leg joints here, which are ball joints, and then you have the thigh swivel. So the ball joints, they go out pretty far into a split. They go forward really far, like he's sitting flush on the ground. And in the back, you can see there's not much blocking his way, so his back joint kick him back and go pretty far back. This is ridiculous. And the thigh cut does let you rotate it all the way around. On his knee, he has that double joint, which lets him almost touch his calf to his thigh there, but it gives him quite a bit of movement. Lastly are his ankle joints, which are the same as his wrist joints, which are the ball hinge, but they also sculpted it, so you can see that there's hair texture there. So you can point it down or you can point it up, but either way, look how cool that is. They put some hair texture on his ankle joint so that it doesn't break up the sculpt too much. This guy is flexible, fierce, and intimidating. I guess something I haven't shown yet is what's behind the faceplate. So if you take this off, you can see right here. Let's get the magnet or the light and whatnot in there, and let's see what he looks like. This is the circuitry to put the battery in. See, the trusty guide says put the battery in the circuitry, shove that into the head, put the head back on. Put the battery in the circuitry in the head, and the faceplate back on. And theoretically, if I did everything right, this magnet should turn on his lights. Oh my gosh, look at that. Hold on, not in pitch blackness, but look at that. Let's go through some light modes while we're in dim lighting. And that's red, obviously. All right, what's the next one? Another yellow. Oh, but look, this one flickers like a flame. Oh, that's so cool. All right, what's after this one? Red, but is it gonna flicker as well? Oh, yeah, it does. Look at that. Okay, is there another one? Nope, and that turns it off. His eyes is dark as his soul at some points in the story. Unless you put a light on him, which then you can see those yellow eyes. All right, let's get the lighting back up. Okay, I still haven't gone through posing with him, and I haven't attached his tail, so let's do the tail first, and then let's pose him up. Do we have faith I can do this on camera? I mean, it looks pretty straightforward. Let's plug that in. Is it plugged in all the way? Not yet. All right, I can't do it on camera. I'll be right back. Force definitely needed, but that's awesome because that means it's not gonna come out much. It's not like a ball joint, so it doesn't go up, down, left, right. It can rotate a little bit, but it is snug in there. So when you rotate it, grab the base of it and really like rotate it and you'll hear it shifting inside. But this is bendable. Holy crap, look how long this tail is. That is so cool. I absolutely love this tail. It's like a cape. But this is amazing. Okay, it's time. Let's pose him up. Here's the first pose. We got to do some without any of his extra accessories. This isn't even the deepest crouch or squat I can get him into. It's just a little menacing, creepy, crawly, crouching pose. Another fun crouching pose, or like, I mean, you can't, yeah. One where he's looking out over the horizon with his staff. Oh my gosh, look at this intimidating menace. Hold on, I have to move his cape for him. But look at that. Look how crazy this is. This looks so good. Look at this man. He's pointing at you. You're running, right? You're running. I didn't even swap any of his accessories in this pose. I barely moved him. Again, he's barely moved. I took away the rotating plate because I was like, you know what? I should be done posing him around. I should actually do the rest of the review. But here I am, still posing him. Okay, I'll be done posing him just so I can show you how this cape works. It's insane. In real time, let's take his arm down. As you can see, I have his shoulders, 2 different orientations for more posability. Let's take that light off his head. There we go. All right, these are pegs. How crazy is that? This pegs through his chest plate, through the hole in the cape. So the cape has this hole here. You take the peg, that's right here, and you feed it through this hole, and then you put that through this hole in his chest. And when you're done, and you don't want the cape on him anymore, you take the peg. Sorry, you can't see it. You can take this peg, and then you just feed it back through that hole. Let's grab the other one. Dude, that's awesome. All right, I know you can't tell, but I've been sitting here for like a very long time just going over this and playing around with him. So I need to end this review sooner rather than later. So I'm gonna hurry up and sample a bunch of things that I haven't done on him yet, like other faceplates, his other head, maybe his scarves, and then we're gonna do the size comparisons. So here is his menacing smirk, and here it is with the yellow eyes, and here it is with the red eyes. This faceplate is a little grumpier looking. Here he is with the yellow eyes, and there are the red eyes. And probably the face you want to see him the least with is this weird, like, angry, menacing smile. Like, oh, that's intimidating. And here it is with the yellow eyes peering at you. Look at him follow the camera with that. And here he is with the red eyes. And here's his alternate head, so that you can see the crown on him with his phoenix feathers sticking out the top. You can probably put them in any orientation you want. You can have them swapped, but that's the way I chose to put them. And how could I forget putting the lights in the staff? So you can see here, all you have to do is attach this. These come in 2 separate parts, so you, look at that, the light turns off that way. You can probably put it back in with the light off, but the only way to turn the light on and off is to take apart the end of Jingu Bane here. You put the light back in, and then you take this end and you put it in here. And let's get a little bit light off. And that's with some of the lights off, just a little dim. If you want to see him with his red eyes to match it, There you go. He's got red eyes to match the staff. I'll be keeping mine in this little Ziploc baggie that the battery came in. All right, so my lights are dying. So we need to do the comparison, the size comparisons. Here we go. Jazzwares Fortnite, Jazzwares AEW, Hasbro Black Series, Hasbro Marvel Legends, McFarlane DC Multiverse, McFarlane Spawn. The NECA Predator is still bigger than him. And if you really desperately still want him to feel small, Sabak. And to briefly compare him across all the other Monkey King offerings from other companies. Monkey King, Monkey King, Monkey King, Monkey King, Monkey King, and he's just happy to be here. Monkey King. Family photo. So after many lights died, and I've played with him for far too long, and I've been sitting here for forever, the summary is, you don't even need to ask. Yes, 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 yes. He is that cool. He is that detailed. He is that posable. If you can only get one Monkey King figure and you were upset you missed any of the other ones, don't be. This is the one. I love it. It's my favorite. It lived up to the hype. I know I've been like just dreaming about this figure since I pre-ordered it back in 2023. But it lived up to those 2 years of hype. It's just that good. The positives are just everything. I mean, look what he comes with. All of these accessories. His posability. His details. The details in his armor. The details in sculpting this fur coming over his bicep cut from his shoulder. Even his facial expressions. All 3 of them. They're just so good. And there are definitely things I've glanced over in this review. Things I've become used to in Monkey King figures that when they first existed, I was just super happy with. So if this is your first Monkey King figure, monkey feet, monkey tail, posable tail, that crazy monkey expression. He looks like a monkey. He looks like a king. He's got a wired cape. He's actually got 1 wired cape and 2 wired ribbons. He's got his wired tail, and then not even to bring in the bonus feature, which I don't even care about as much. Of course, I think it's an amazing bonus and whatnot, but like, you didn't have to do that. He didn't. I know I'm probably sounding overly positive on this figure, but I like Monkey King. I like Monkey King action figures. You come to my page, you know what you're expecting. And this is, in my opinion, the best one that's been out. So yeah, I am going to be overly positive on it. This is everything I've ever wanted in a Monkey King figure from start to finish. So that's my review of the Fury Toys Monkey King Sun Wukong. I hope you enjoyed it. So stay safe and have fun.